Hello, my name is Tony Jones Johnson, and right now I just needed to vent a little bit about what is going on in this country. I just want to take it back a little bit. So in 2016, I heard so many say that I am voting for the lesser of two evils. The evils were Hillary Clinton or this lascivious, lecherous louse, 46 minus 1. Many of you decided to vote for someone you thought would upend the government as we knew it. You figured this person would come through and just shake up everything, that he was an astute businessman, that he did things his way, that he was so successful in business. Well, obviously, you did not do your due diligence in investigating the character, the integrity, the shadiness, the grifterism, the downright hateful, racist, soulless components or characteristics, I might add, that denote one Donald John Trump. Well, how wrong were you? Do you really think that in 2016, had you elected Hillary Clinton, that we would be in this place right now? Do you? Hillary Clinton, of course, had her faults, but who doesn't? But you elected into office a misogynistic, narcissistic, hateful, racist, lecherous, treasonous, traitorous, fraudulent, bombastic bastard of a man. You had cross or sit in our executive chair a person who does not deserve to serve, never did. When you look at the cast of Republicans who spoke out about him in 2016 and 2015, and you heard what they had to say about him, they were right. But right now, because of the power that they have, they're in cahoots with this lecherous, lousy, low down, snake like, sinister scoundrel. Well, I say this. This guy in 1989 heard about the Central Park Five? He took out a front page ad stating how he wanted to kill 5 young black and brown teenagers for a crime that they did not commit. Yes, these young men were in Central Park, wilding out, but they weren't involved with any crimes. They were just the 5 that got caught. And of course, with the NYPD, what do? They prey on you, they coerce you to say things that you don't mean just so that they get you. And then this guy was on the other side of it calling for their deaths. 5 innocent black and brown young men. Now, the exonerated Central Park Five. Wow. How his big enterprise wronged black people back in the 90s, 80s and 90s and 70s. He did a job on them. He would rent, charge these exorbitant amounts if you were late, sock you with all these fees. Their racist tendencies, their racist behaviors, their racist actions against people of color are well noted. But yet, you chose to vote for the lesser of the two evils. Fast forward to now. A guy who has paid off porn stars, has about 20 women or so accusing him of rape, sexual misconduct, young girls that have statements where they're accusing him of rape. Listen, he hung out with Jeffrey Epstein. What does that tell you? What about on the bus where he said he grabs them by the P word, by their private parts? He grabs women by their private parts. Why? Because they let him. Why? Because he's famous. He's a celebrity. He can kiss them. He just kisses them because he can do it. While his wife was pregnant, he's busy trying to make the moves on a young woman. He didn't want any parts of him. But yet, you voted for him. Oh, yeah, he's going to drain the swamp. Look at it now. Look at us now fighting for our very right to be. Are you happy now? One thing that I will give him is that he has truly energized people in the political process. People who were not otherwise engaged, they are engaged now. They know how this works. But right now, they're trying to take that from us. Thanks to you who voted, and thanks to you for those of you who didn't vote because you didn't like either candidate. Look what we got. Who would have thought that America, land of the free and home of the brave, that has fought on foreign soils to save our democracy, men and women who have lost their lives, given the ultimate sacrifice so that we could have our freedoms. This all hangs in the balance because you chose not to vote or to vote for a complete sinister scoundrel, a usurper of our democracy, a treasonous traitor. I say think on this right now. Those of you who are waiting in food lines, those of you who voted against your own self-interest because you still believe in the Republican Party, you see right now, as we are losing our loved ones, we are losing our right to be. We are losing our right to the pursuit of happiness, the pursuit of our dreams, the pursuit of life. We have now lost it. Do you now understand how important the right to vote is and that voting has dire consequences? In 2016, this is something that I screamed. In 2016, I said that a vote for this man would be a vote to end our democracy, a vote to end this country's freedoms, rights, the right to be who we need to be, who we have a right to be. A vote for this man would ensure it. Everything that I said in 2016 is coming to fruition. Now, I did not see a pandemic coming. Not at all. Didn't see it. But God works in mysterious ways, wonders to unfold. We are in the fight for our lives right now. If this goes on any longer, we are on the precipice of third world status. The man called other countries a shithole. Well, this is what this is becoming. And he wants it that way because he wants to leave you groveling, just the way you are right now, begging for food. Two classes of people, rich and poor. You see it playing out? I said that in 2016. Yeah, yeah. You see it playing out. The haves and the have-nots. Through no fault of your own, you are where you are. But a lot has to do with the government and the unfair practices against people, especially black and brown people, who have limited resources. We see that all of this has exposed the dark underbelly of the poor and the forgotten, the working poor. So at this point, people, in Georgia, there's a fight going on. We got 2 senatorial seats that we must pick up. On November 3rd, and thereafter, with all the shenanigans of this Republican Party, this Republican crime syndicate, we finally got Biden in. The victory will not be won until we get those 2 seats. We need John Ossoff and Reverend Raphael Warnock to come out as the winners with a clear win so that we can get our agenda through. We must silence Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, all of the Ron Johnsons, the Kennedy from Louisiana. We have to really start silencing all of these people who mean us no good. These senators have been elected and they don't care about us not one bit. You see it now. So in 2022, there's another midterm. And we got to show up and show out because every freaking Republican congressperson and senator, they must be voted out. It is time, folks. Make your presence known. Make your presence felt. They have hurt us. They have hurt us deeply. It is time to reclaim our time and our country and our freedoms and our right to be American citizens. Please adhere to the call. Vote on January 5th for Reverend Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff. Let's get it done, folks. Victory will be ours. Peace out. 2 fingers.